Hello there, welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of May 2018. We are a monthly movies podcast where we gather, we come to the sacred circle. We actually have a brand new studio. It's very exciting. You're excited about the acoustics here and the craft services. It's been fantastic.
Complimentary, what flavor is this? Kiwi strawberry.
You're
Propel.
welcome. Only the best in my apartment.
What a guy.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
mean my studio.
That's Ryan.
Apartment.
That's Ryan Lance. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm alright.
We are keeping you from very important video game news.
Yeah, Pokemon. Who knows? That
Carrie,
news would
I'm
be
here with-
irrelevant. What's this
Yeah,
podcast?
absolutely. I'm here, Carrie Lowers. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Had a weekend trip and now I'm a little tired, but I'm here and I'm ready to talk about the funniest movie I've ever
Man,
seen.
this guy is so fucking funny. Oh, man.
Ghost Stories. Martin Freeman. Oh, man.
We're here to talk about May 2018 in movies, and folks, we are continuing the 2018 slog of... Man, I'm telling you, I feel bad, because I feel like we're not going out there and putting the work to watch stuff, but come on, you gotta serve me something. I can't...
feel like we've tried, but then like
Certainly.
we keep getting burned.
We certainly
Yeah.
tried, I think.
Because like me and Carrie saw a very indie movie this month, and I was disappointed, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. So we do have two big summer movies, though. Probably there's only one bigger one, which is next month. So let's start this out with, oh man, he's just so fucking, I love Spider-Man. We're Spider-Man 2. We were talking about Spider-Man 2. I love that guy.
But George, what if Spider-Man talked about his balls?
That seems like uncalled for, to be completely honest with you. I don't know if I'd be down for that.
Should I leave my apartment there?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you
go
could
ahead,
please.
go
I mean,
ahead.
honestly, I think it'd be better for everyone. Deadpool 2, he's back. Yeah, so Deadpool. We had a podcast when the first one came out, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That
That was like the second episode.
was it? Okay.
Probably would've
Yeah,
been.
that sounds about right. Maybe because it came out early in the year.
Yeah, it was February. It was the Valentine's Day movie.
Did Batman come out in March?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right. But yeah, my opinion hasn't changed much. I think I was upset how much I liked the first Deadpool when it came out. Yeah, how does everyone else feel about like going back to that
Original
first
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Every time I've rewatched it, I like it less.
That's probably that
I
checks
don't
out.
have good memory. I mean, like I know I liked it a little bit when I was watching it, but I feel like the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But I've only still ever seen it that one time, and I have no desire to watch it again.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I own it on digital because my mom wanted it for her birthday.
Oh.
And then I
You stole the
just-
digital
I stole-
copy?
She doesn't know how that works.
Thanks, Mom, you sucker.
But yeah, he's back. We're definitely not the biggest fans of Deadpool, but I don't.
Speak for yourself, George. He reinvents the genre. Everyone else is doing the same thing, but he talks to the camera. He talks to him. He gets it.
Breaking the fifth
He
wall.
broke so many walls in the last movie, and he's gonna break more walls in this one.
So yeah, Ryan Reynolds is back. Deadpool, as the last movie teased. Cable's in here, played by Josh Brolin. Everyone's favorite Purple Man. And Colossus is back.
His girlfriend's back.
Yeah,
kinda.
she dies immediately. Spoilers, which wasn't a great look.
That's what I put
I think
on
they
the
made
notes.
that joke.
She is like average. She's got top billing for this, even though she's showed up to set probably like one day.
I mean, yeah,
You get what you can get, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird because it's weird to say like, well, what's the story of this one? Well, Cable came from the future, and Deadpool is trying to fix this kid who's got fire powers.
Fire Fist.
Fire Fist. He's trying to fix
Ricky Baker.
Ricky Bay.
Ricky
Ricky
Baker.
Baker.
He's trying to fix this.
He's up to more shenanigans now.
Oh man.
He has
It
bad
really-
luck with the orphanage system.
It really is the same
It
character.
is. He was in Hunt for the Wilder People, and he played this rebellious kid who keeps getting put from foster home to foster home, and then
This
he
time
finds,
Deadpool showed
finds
up.
the meaning of family at the end.
And this time Deadpool showed up. So yeah, like in terms of like story, like it actually took me like, what are we doing here? It's kind of like
I think I had to see it twice. Unfortunately, and it really shows how like extended the like prologue is and like how it just feels like what's happening here. Because it spends a lot of time on just like Deadpool like just doing bits in the beginning, just like Aaron, he's like, Logan, fuck you. My girlfriend's dead. I'm sad now. Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that takes like 20 minutes of like a prologue, and it really like sets the bar for the movie taking too long to reach nothing. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, totally. Because it just feels like we're just spinning, like we're just letting Ryan Reynolds just kind of.
Let's just keep the camera on him, and by camera I mean he'll just keep voicing the character in post-production because he thought of so many new bits later on.
That's true. So yeah, Cable's there. He's sort of not really a bad guy, but he's here to stop because in his future is Firefist. You said his name?
Firefist. Yeah.
Firefist turns into a bad guy after he kills the headmaster of the shitty orphanage he lives in. He becomes bloodthirsty or something, and then that goes bad, and
he gets the taste for killing, and then that eventually leads him to kill Cable's family.
While they're listening to Little Orphan Annie. Like, I'm glad that the Little Orphan Annie soundtrack persists into the distant future.
Yeah.
That's gonna be eternal. I'm so glad.
And so Deadpool is trying to sort of redeem himself, sort of, kind of.
It's about it's about family.
He goes into like this
kid reminds him of him. It's his family.
Yeah, because he wanted to have a kid with his girlfriend, and then she got fucking killed. And so
like
now he's
immediately
like, now
after
I
they
can
established
have
that.
now I can have this kid instead.
He's 14. That's prime age.
Perfect. I can talk about dicks with him right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the whole setup of the movie. And at some point, he kind of makes X-Force, but not really.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah. Honestly, that's probably my favorite.
Domino's,
that too. That was
Domino's
really
great.
Domino's great.
And that whole X-Force audition, and then they immediately get a extra.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too.
That's definitely the best part of the movie. It wasn't as fun the second time around, but it's still like I like seeing weird, just out there superheroes.
Right, like Deadpool. For context, Deadpool tries to make X-Force, which is a group in the comics, is a group of these misfit heroes. Or
like the more weirder X-Men with the weirder powers, which I enjoy.
But here it's mostly a bit other than the recruitment of Domino.
That's what I liked. Like, hey, we got all these crazy people. We got the Vanisher. We got
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
We got Pennywise on our team.
We got Pennywise. We got Terry Crews. We got
we got
Alien.
Peter.
Peter, yeah. And they're all dead.
Yeah, except Domino.
So
yeah.
So yeah, it's a weird movie. Especially like when we're starting to lay it out, like it's mostly there's like a light thread, and it just kind of does seem like Deadpool's adventure to like bits, like the bit zone. I don't know.
What was your guys' favorite bit in the movie? I'll tell you what my least favorite bit was, and that was because of an audience reaction. I told George later. When I saw this the second time, there's a bit when Cable first interacts with Cable, and Cable's like, "Who are?" And he was like, "I'm Batman." In the audience, one guy started applauding after that joke, and then put his hands up in like a woo fashion. And you know what?
Yes!
I had to leave the theater for a little bit. I walked out for a little bit because my parents were there. I had to go back. But yeah, I left for a little bit, and then I came back, and I was like, oh, fuck, it's still
Listen,
going
okay,
on.
so here's the thing. Ryan, you and I are male.
We are male.
I try not to be an absolute asshole in my life like a lot of guys are.
Yeah.
But sometimes it feels like Deadpool is like, out of the ingredients that make the majority of males' personality, Deadpool is like the stock, like the chicken stock.
They are.
Like just like this obnoxious, like, it's not the right time for that joke. You misread the room completely, my dude. And that's what Deadpool is like. It just reminds me of like the worst person I could possibly be. I don't know, man.
I saw this thing that was like, it was Deadpool, Eric Cartman, and like two other characters that I
Joker,
can't
probably.
Something, and it was like
his ambivalent.
These are the characters that shitty people use to excuse their bad behavior.
Yeah,
because they base their entire personality around them.
Probably Rick from Rick and Morty or some shit.
Yes, yes,
yeah.
But that being said, I feel like the movie. I think the movie's
fine.
Yeah.
It's just that it's another thing that like people like take it and because it's so like its own thing. Mm-hmm. And people think like it's this mind exploding unique.
You mean like Rick and Morty kind of?
And like the thing is, I like Rick and Morty, but like it's just blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Venn diagram of people who obsess about Rick and Morty and dox the female writers of the show are in the same circle of people who love Deadpool 2 too much.
Oh dear. Like I said, walking out of the theater, as a giant wrestling expert, I made the comparison that it's very much like what the movie is fine, but in wrestling, there's the idea of a mark, who is the person who is going to buy in 100% of wrestling, just 5,000%. This is real to me, damn it.
The George Crews demographic.
No. I'm a smark, but basically, like I, the performer, the wrestler, am selling this performance, and then there are audience members who are just eat it up like crazy, and those are the most obnoxious wrestling fans. Deadpool like is made with that in mind. Like this joke, I don't think it's that funny.
This McRib joke, not
oh my god!
Our theater lost their fucking minds at the McRib joke of all jokes.
That was.
And I'll tell you what, it was still a smash hit at the second joke. Also, side note,
that was so confusing.
The Happy Town Murders trailer went very well in the Deadpool 2 audience. Especially at the end joke when the puppet was ejaculating.
The silly string, yeah.
The silly string.
Who's behind that movie, real quick? Do we know any names?
It is the Henson who's still alive who directed all the Muppet movies.
Oh, okay.
Like the Muppets, all the big important.
But he's
Muppet
got
movies.
taste. Like he was good.
Yeah.
They saw Meet the Feebles and they were like, let's make a shitty American version of that.
They saw Sasha's part and they're like, it's time.
Perfect.
It's
Let's
time.
do that with puppets
Man,
instead
that
of food.
Fucking movie. God.
The Venn diagram of people who enjoy Deadpool 2, watch Rick and Morty, and love Sausage Party. Perfect circle.
I'm not just enjoyed, but like fucking loved.
Are all thrilled for this raunchy puppet movie.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a very fine movie that doesn't have much of a narrative structure, and like it introduces new characters. Like, there's like Yukiko. Is that her name? Like, she's cool, but she's just like a bit.
Yeah,
she's just a bit.
Like, it's the bit of like her and Deadpool get along.
Her and Deadpool get along, funny. And like she's the girlfriend
her girlfriend
of
hate Deadpool.
Yeah.
Like that a funny. Like that's what annoys me most about Deadpool is because he's such a niche character. He interacts with these other like weird, obscure characters, and those are my favorite from the comics. And yet, whenever they have like their moment in like this movie. He just takes it away with his own butt joke.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Domino does something cool, and he's like, women.
Has anyone seen that Domino movie? I've never seen that.
The Domino
There's
movie?
A Domino movie.
It's like a direct to...
No, I mean, like, it's an old one. Like, it was, like, around, like, Blade 2. It was put out by New Line Cinema. That's the only reason I know who Domino is, because I saw that movie. It's like, who the fuck... Oh, it's a Marvel character? All right.
I gotta look into this.
I forget who's the leader. I want to say Keira Knightley, but that doesn't sound right. She was not. She was white in this movie, though.
Domino.
Yeah, that's that. It is. That's Domino. Who's the lead?
This is based on a true story. This is not based on the comic book.
Oh no, she had superpowers. So yeah, I'm just kind of.
Oh. Yeah, I don't doubt it.
That does look like Keira Knightley. Yeah, that's Keira Knightley.
That is
it? I was right.
Hey!
Someone's right. I don't know my comic books, but I know Keira Knightley movies.
That's what's really
and
important.
what's that one movie? Never mind. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Rourke was in this.
Before he had his redemption, quote unquote.
What do you?
Quote unquote. As in, quote unquote.
Okay.
Before he became Whiplash and everyone's favorite Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
Not as bad as people think. Not as bad.
I mean, you may be right. I've come around complete opposite on Iron Man 3, where I think it's like top 5 Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah, same here.
I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong about that movie. But anyways, that's all I got. I don't have anything else to say about Deadpool. It's fine. I forgot most of it once we walked out. Like, that's Deadpool.
I know I like it more than the first one. But
I like it more than the first one just because it feels... I did not like the non-linear structure of the first one, how they would like flash back a lot.
Oh, sure.
That really annoyed me.
I'm starting to realize now I don't remember a lot about the first one.
But I like how this one is like streamlined. There's more like weird characters, but like it just beats the joke in more, and I don't like that. So I'm just like conflicted. Like it's fine. And,
it's fine.
I don't know.
Anyways, you guys you alluded to this movie earlier, Ryan. Y'all saw Scary Ghost Stories. I'm gonna say Scary Stories.
Yeah.
With Martin Freeman.
My boy. My little man.
So this is an anthology movie, correct?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is I really love the premise of this movie a lot. It's basically this guy who basically has this TV show where he like proves like psychics incorrect.
Yeah, it's like I don't remember that guy's name, but it's pretty much his technique is exactly what this one guy used to do to televangelist, like priests who would like take money and perform miracles in these auditoriums full of people, and he would take in a radio and find the frequency because the guy's wife would have an earpiece in the guy's head, and they would feed him information about people, so he could be like, "Where's Martha?" And then she would tell him over this radio frequency like where she is and what her ailment is and why she's there, and he would perform the miracle. And then the guy would go in and with his own radio and find the frequency and record the conversation. So that's basically what the character in this movie does. It's based off of a real thing from a guy whose name I cannot remember.
And then it ends up being the main character. His name was like Goodman or something. They say his name. I'll just say Goodman because that was his last name. I can't remember his first name. He has this. He was inspired by this other guy with a similar job who would like do the same thing but with ghosts.
A debunker.
A debunker, yeah. And basically that original guy like contacts him and he's like, hey, these are the 3 stories I could never solve, and now I kind of believe in this ghost shit.
It's like, give me an answer.
Give me an answer because I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
Is there any other like big cast apart from Martin Freeman in this?
No.
Really?
The guy from
I don't remember recognizing
the Netflix series, The End of the Fucking World. A TV show. I hate it.
That looks incredibly obnoxious.
It is. There's a point where a kid gets sexually molested, and it's a joke.
Netflix really big on child molestation. Okay, so they have these characters set up, but how does it go from an anthology?
Basically, he has these 3 cases, and he goes to them one by one, and then they tell his story.
Okay.
And one of the first one is this guy. It's kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. He's the security officer at the thing. It is, I know, but it's a lot better.
Oh God!
He's a security officer at
I didn't even think about that.
He's a security officer at a thing, and there's some ghost stuff going around. He's investigating. And the second one was, which I think the second one's my favorite. Even though it's the shortest one, is the kid driving down and he runs over Satan. Something.
It's Satan.
It's Satan. He runs over the actual devil. It's fucking awesome.
It's really funny.
And then the third one is Martin Freeman. His wife is giving birth, and there's a ghost in his house.
Yeah, there's like a wife ghost, but it's
even though it has Martin Freeman, it's actually the least weird.
I didn't like that one very much.
Okay.
And then it kind of goes off the rails.
It all comes together.
There were some. I really liked parts of this movie. Like,
I love the concept of the movie.
It would start to do something, and I'd be like, "Holy fuck, what are we doing now?" And then it would be like, "This is what we're doing now." I'm like, "Oh, that's."
My main issue is like I like each of the stories, but none of them had like a big like moment in them.
Yeah,
that, like,
except for arguably the like really funny part of the second one. But I mean, that I appreciate that it was funny.
But like that's the problem with the second one. Like it was funny, but then it didn't. It just ended.
Yeah.
Like he ran into a tree, and that was it.
Yeah.
He ran over Satan. That's how it began, and then it ended with he ran into a tree.
Yeah.
And, like something else happened.
I mean,
but, like,
I guess it makes sense because these are unsolved cases, so it's like here's what happened, and no one knows.
But then again, like it goes
as the investigator, he doesn't like posit anything. If I'm remembering correctly, he doesn't say like, well, maybe it was this.
He paused during Martin Freeman's one time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "Dude, come on." He's like, "Dude, come on. Let me finish the story. Let me finish the story, my dude. My dude." Dude.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the concept. I hate the ending. The ending totally like derails the entire point of the movie, which has this whole overarching theme of like, hey, dude, it's your job to like disprove like psychics and like ghost stuff. Like, isn't it kind of shitty to like take people's beliefs and like their own personal
something that
things
gives them comfort
and then like shit all over that? Isn't that kind of shitty to do? And like I totally agree with that. But then like, because like I don't believe in ghosts personally, but I'm not gonna shit on someone who believes in ghosts because that's their own thing, and I don't give a shit if you do that. That's all on you. But then like the ending kind of like flips it over. It's like, oh well, actually it all means nothing.
Yeah,
it's all pointless.
I just don't like the ending because whenever an ending of this brand comes up, I just eye roll because it feels like we've wasted our time with the entire movie.
Oh yeah, it's totally one of those.
The way that I feel like this movie does, I still just don't like this kind of ending in general, but I feel like this movie sets it up and telegraphs it and makes it make more sense than other movies can. Like there's like as you're watching the stories, there's pieces where it's like, what the fuck is that about? And there's recurring things and there's images and symbols and words that you see, and then you see them reincorporated in the next one. So there's this string that goes through the 3 stories where it's like, what is this stuff about? And then it all makes sense at the end. But so there's a payoff to it, but it still feels lazy. It
does all string together, but I feel like it's done very like lazily. Mm-hmm. And then the ending like shot where like it all comes together. Yeah. I feel like that's like, come on, dude, come on.
I don't know. I want to watch this one again because I feel like I liked it. I might have even liked it a lot, but I'm not. Initially, I was like, God damn it, I hate this ending because I've been spawned by this ending before, and it's just like
I hated the ending. I love the premise. I think you could have done something really awesome with that.
Yeah. And like I was saying earlier, there are parts of this movie that are really, really, really fucking, like, mind-bending and strange, and they just take you off guard, and you're like, what the hell are we doing now? But it feels like it teases you with those and then takes them away.
Oh, yeah, there was, like, a point in, like, I think about every story where I was, like, had that discomfort, like, oh, I think something good's gonna happen, and I'll be actually scared, but then, like, that payoff didn't go anywhere.
Well, and when, like, after the third one had concluded, and the movie kind of starts devolving, I guess. I thought it was gonna go somewhere really fucking weird, and it felt like it didn't go weird. Yeah. It just went blah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. Well,
but I would still recommend it. I still think it's fun.
All right.
Yeah, if you're into anthological stuff, I think all 3 of us are. I think it's definitely worth a watch.
Okay.
It's much better than.
Yeah, let's see. What's the bar here?
Comparing it to like. Well, just anthology
VHS
movies.
Viral.
Well, bad. I haven't watched that.
Oh,
but,
boy, that fucking movie is rough.
I haven't watched it. I don't want to. But
you know how VHS is like the perfect VHS 2, like a perfect. Imagine just like a sharp down. Like the stock market crashed, and it crashed
like
hard.
a student movie. It's fucking rough.
I was gonna say that movie that came out last year. It was called like XX.
Okay, yeah.
I've been still meaning to watch that.
I liked it a lot when I first. I think Ghost Stories is much better than XX.
Okay.
Because XX had
it
had some fun parts, just like Ghost Stories, I guess. It had some fun parts, but it had some really fucking dumb parts.
Yeah, I remember you being like,
they both are worth watching, I would say, but Ghost Stories is better than XX.
I like the setup a lot for Ghost Stories. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Not a lot of big horror movies, honestly, this year. I feel.
Hereditary coming.
Truth or Dare.
We got the Suspiria remake coming later this year,
it's true.
don't we?
I watched.
I'm so fucking excited.
I haven't seen Suspiria.
Did you like it?
I did like it, yeah.
I watched it for the first time a few weeks ago. I fucking loved it.
It seems like you would.
It is a very scary movie.
I was planning on watching it at Alamo one. I have it. I need to watch it.
So good.
And it makes me just more interested in like how because I think that's a movie that like it could be remaked into something very good like modern day.
Who's behind?
It's someone new one is the Call Me by Your Name director.
Yes, right.
Luca Guadagnino something.
And it's starring
Barry White,
Dakota Johnson.
Right, that's how I knew about it.
It's got Mia Goth in it.
Mia Goth and Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh hell yeah! It's all 3 of our wives.
Tilda Swinton.
Holy fuck!
Yeah!
Oh yeah! I do remember hearing about that. I have so many wives in this movie.
Yeah, I remember.
Also, the more I think of Mia Goth is like she really is the female Dane DeHaan. She always looks sick. I love her, even though I don't really know anything about her. She's a mystery.
I think I saw on the Twitter, I don't remember her name. I fucking love her. The main lady from the first Suspiria. I think
she's coming back.
In the remake as well. I love her.
Okay.
I love her.
Yeah, I thought that was already out, actually, but I'm looking forward to that then.
It's gonna be
big Dakota Johnson fan, which I haven't seen 50 Shades Freed yet.
I saw one still from the remake, and her hair looks real bad in Suspiria, but maybe it was just the one.
The only thing I've heard about the Suspiria remake is that they played a clip for it, or from it, at some film festival, and everyone was tweeting about it like, I am physically ill from this clip of someone dancing and breaking all of their bones, and I was like, oh! But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I don't know when that comes out, though. I have a feeling it's later.
Probably.
Much later.
Anyway, speaking of breaking bones, it feels like I'm breaking... I don't have anything. Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo, a Star Wars story starring Han Solo.
Yeah, that's what I named it.
So yeah, this is probably we walked in there and it was like... No Star Wars energy.
Yeah,
it was like
a lot of empty seats.
Yeah, it was bizarre. And I watched and I was like, okay, that was a thing. So yeah, Solo, if you aren't familiar, is the Han Solo backstory movie, origin movie, which was originally supposed to be from the folks who gave you the Lego movie and 21 Jump Street and Cloud of Chance of Meatballs, but was then usurped by one Ron Howard because of Disney.
Which is a decision everyone's a big fan of.
Oh, yeah. big fan. Starring, I don't know actually the main actor.
Alden Elrin, right?
Alden Eckerstein.
Han Solo himself was in the movie. Alden Ehreich or something.
And Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. Man... I didn't want this movie. I don't like being negative all the time. Mm-hmm. I said this before in the last podcast. Well, Ryan's looking at Pokemon stuff now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, we got this, Ryan. We got the Star Wars talk.
It's fine.
But yeah, like it's the most blah movie. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Well, I'm excited for Ryan to talk about it with some emotion then, because I'm
not
gonna have anything.
I'm like,
because like this movie, it's so easy to make. Like you just take like what Han Solo said, like to Luke, and like the first sentence, like, I'm Han Solo. I did the fucking Kessel Run. This is my best friend Chewbacca. That's the movie. He meets Chewbacca. He does the fucking Kessel Run. He meets fucking Lando, and that's it. There's nothing new in the movie. You don't learn anything interesting about his backstory. You just see it happen. And then nothing happens.
Yeah, what about Emilia Clarke and her eyebrows?
But the whole time, his arc in the movie is, I gotta go back to my hometown to meet the love of my life. I love her. We're gonna be together forever. Ooh, man, if only the whole arc of Star Wars was like, oh, he meets Princess Leia, and they get married, and maybe they have a son who turns out to be an emo badass. Not badass. Not badass. I don't know why I said badass. He's not a badass. He's just emo and crazy.
Yeah, you got room to talk on that.
That's true. They introduced this love, and she's like, well, I know this isn't going to work out.
So why are you spending so much time on it? Like, they could have just been, like, friends, or, like...
Well, he did say that they were just friends at one point, but then they kissed on the capes.
Yeah, well, whatever.
And then Jarvis is there.
Right. Paul Bettany.
Mm-hmm. He's there.
That guy is attractive. I did not realize.
By the way, Paul Bettany's character, they had to
I heard that he was recast, but I didn't hear who originally played him.
I don't remember.
Well, good.
It was gonna be an alien guy at first, but then
Doug Jones.
Probably. I wish. All I remember is it was originally a black actor, and he was gonna play an alien kind of.
So here's the thing. Yeah. So originally this was supposed to be Lord and Miller joint. So. The weird thing is, like, I cannot, like, see
70% of the movie was reshot.
Yeah, I cannot see any, like, DNA or anything here from him at all.
No.
Like,
And, like, that was the one thing about this movie that I was interested in.
But, like, it's gone.
It's gone. It's just the most vanilla paint-by-numbers thing, yeah.
It really is just like a Ron Howard bologna and American cheese sandwich. There's not much flavor here. There's nothing. Like Woody Harrelson is fine. Like he's doing Woody Harrelson and it's fine.
And he turns on him so many times. So many turns.
Yeah.
So many flipping sides. It's like chess. You never know who's gonna win. Except you do know because it's a prequel and you know exactly how it's going to end.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. And also, Donald Glover's just not giving his 100% here. I don't blame him, but like, it's not he's not trying, but he's just like,
oh no, like he totally like embodies the character of like Lando, I feel, but like he's not giving
anything.
No, it's like, oh, Lando's here. That's cool. Yeah.
He pretty much, they just have him do the exact thing I didn't want him to do. But it's just like, well, you know, Lando over here. Look at how dastardly charming I am. And he's got a relationship with the robot that's just there to be for a goof.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, she's there because that's why the Millennium Falcon had a great navigational system. Because she had a navigational system they put in the thing.
It really is buck wild how mediocre this movie is.
It is. Also, this whole movie is like about the Kessel Run, and we saw the Kessel Run, and yet I'm left knowing as little about the Kessel Run as I did initially when they just talked about it all the time.
Can we talk about the big tentacle monster though? Because that was pretty fun.
Which one?
The one where they were doing the Kessel Run, and then.
But why was it there?
I don't know. To wake Carrie up.
I'm so confused. There's everyone who talked about the Kessel Run is like, oh, it's clouds and a dark hole and a tentacle monster. You know, the Kessel Run. I get why they call it the Kessel Run now, because there's a lot in there. So it's easier to just be like, oh, you know, the tentacle monster, dark hole, cloud thing. Oh, Kessel Run. It's much easier to just say it like that. Also, my least favorite part of the movie, which is very early on, it really sets the tone for the movie, is when he goes to the Empire. He's like, I want to sign up. And he's like, what's your name?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
What's your family name?
I don't have one. I'm all alone.
I'm on. Fart sandwich. That's your name.
It is the most, like, that is the most Ron Howard moment in that movie.
I hate it so much.
God, Lord almighty.
They need to know why his name is Han Solo, right? Like, you can't just have someone with a name.
This movie feels like the most prequel.
No, because also, it's the name of the movie Solo. The name of the movie is John Doe. It's not a real name. What's the point of it?
That's true. You're all wondering why. Who was Han Solo?
Solo? Question mark? Oh, it's useless.
Man, what a bummer of a movie. Yeah, I don't have anything. Also, it doesn't feel true to the character. It does not feel true to the character at all.
He seems like a thundering dumbass the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that would make sense if he started as a dumbass and then learned the ropes from Woody Harrelson.
No, but like my whole thing from like what I thought of like Han is like he's always been like that because of like he grew up on this shitty planet or whatever. So he seems like he should always be this like greasy, like I don't trust nobody. I don't give a shit about the Force or whatever, you know, that kind of guy. But he seems like this most like, yeah, guys, let's go on an adventure together. Let's all steal some stuff. Oh man, it'll be great. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Shu, you're my best friend.
Yeah.
I hate this movie.
I'm indifferent.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's interesting that, like, the state of Star Wars is so low right now. Like, this is probably the most prequel-ish movie they've made. It feels, yeah.
Well, like, the prequels, like, at least try to expand, like, the world. Like, I don't see how this expands anything. Like, it doesn't do like, there's no, like, moment from this movie.
But
like,
Ryan, even, like, what about the fucking Darth Man?
All he did is put on the lightsaber and take his cloak off.
That was very confusing. I was very...
Yeah, that's going to confuse everyone who doesn't, like, follow Star Wars.
All I know...
Everyone's watching the Clone Wars, baby.
I remember I had a
But he dies in Rebels!
Yeah, I had a very Star Wars savvy coworker for a while, and he was like,
our friend Zach?
No. Who's your favorite Star Wars character, Carrie? And I was like, I don't know, I guess
I like
Darth
you and
Maul.
McGregor.
No, I said, I guess Darth Maul is cool. And he was like, oh, well, he gets sent to this planet, and then he has metal spider legs instead of regular legs. And I was like, what?
He's like, oh, I think Star Wars is bad now.
So I can't wait for him to fully disrobe and have a bunch of spider legs. He's gonna look like the fucking villain in fucking Monsters Inc. He's gonna be doping around all over space.
So yeah, don't really have anything much to say. It's a pretty blah movie.
It's a pretty bad movie, I think.
I'm blah. I don't know. It's probably bad, but I don't care enough.
That's fair. I don't know.
I don't remember enough about actual Star Wars to
See, I don't even care
mad about this movie.
I think the only reason I'm like mad is because like I like the idea of these new movies just because I'm so bland.
That's true. Me too.
On like the old movies,
these are the opportunities where you can have fun and try something.
Yeah, and like the other ones are so like okay, fine. And like I love The Force Awakens. I really like The Last Jedi.
Rogue One is good. I like Rogue One a lot.
I like it less over time. I need to rewatch it. I guess I don't know. But like, yeah, I hate this movie.
Yeah, well.
I hate it. I'm glad there's now like a big break between the next Star Wars movie. Because there's not going to be one in December, and then the next episode 9 is December 2019. So there's a pretty
That's a pretty big break,
That is a pretty big break. Yeah, so...
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all the movies from May. Carrie and I, we've seen some stuff. You know, it's such a thin
I want to know what you guys... Because these movies are ones that I haven't seen. And one I'm particularly interested in. Yeah,
me too, because I was kind of a hater on it. Just because I don't know what I wanted it to be. But Carrie, you saw Thoroughbreds.
I did.
So give me a brief, like, what it is and why am I weirdly interested?
I have seen people describe this movie as Heathers-esque, and I would definitely agree with that.
I don't like that.
And you're gonna. I don't know.
Although I did love Tragedy Girls, and that's a very Heathers-esque movie.
Well, maybe, I don't know. But basically, the setup is that Anya Taylor-Joy and Olivia something or other, I think is her name, are kind of friends, but not really. The girl who's not Anya Taylor-Joy is a sociopath, basically. She doesn't feel emotion at all.
And Anya Taylor-Joy was from The Witch, right?
Yeah.
And Split. Yeah.
But they kind of forged this relationship because Anya Taylor-Joy is hired by the other girl's mom to like tutor her and hang out with her, and then they sort of bond over this fact that Anya Taylor-Joy hates her stepdad, and then one day the emotionless girl's like, well, have you ever just thought of killing him? And so then the entire movie is them like wanting to kill the stepdad and like hating him.
And Anton Yelchin is in this.
Anton Yelchin is in it. Mm-hmm.
And what does he do?
He is. They go to a party at one point, and he's there, and he kind of is this flawed character who had some statutory rape problems, and he's this like outcast that is like, he's like, no, I'm gonna get my life right in like 10 years. Just watch. But they bring him in because they're gonna like, he's a part of their plot to kill the dad, essentially, because they need airtight alibis, so they want to make him do it. But stuff goes on and happens and goes wrong, and then these two girls have to deal with it while forging this almost friendship, but the one girl doesn't feel emotion at all, so she's just trying to navigate, and Anya Taylor-Joy is revealing herself, because she comes off as like perfect, like you know, good school, good everything, and then she reveals more flaws about herself as the movie goes on, and I think it's very interesting, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. And I saw a review of this that made me laugh, and this might make you guys not want to watch it, but it said that Thoroughbreds is a movie that oh my god, I just lost this. Yorgos Lanthimos would make if he was a human being.
You know what? I'm interested.
So it's like Yorgos Lanthimos light. Okay.
All right. So it sounds like it's interesting and good.
Yeah, I liked it. The performances are good. It's just a very cold and darkly funny movie.
Okay. All right. Okay. Would you in the rough year it's been, would you say it's one of the best of the year?
Yeah, it's of what I've seen. Like, I think I have like 20 movies on my list right now. It's in my top 5.
Okay. All right, then I might keep that in mind. All righty.
Check it out.
speaking of the best of the year, a lot of folks had a lot of fucking shit to say about Game Night, and I decided to investigate for myself.
You're here with the truth.
I'm here with the truth. Rachel McAdams.
I went underground. I know what.
Rachel McAdams, Jason Bateman. They have Game Night set up a Game Night. They have a Game Night with Jason Bateman's super cool, better than him brother. And he's all like, so I hired these guys to come in here. He's going to bust down the door. He's going to be like, someone's going to kidnap you. Blah, 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 blah. You got to figure out who's going to get kidnapped. And then when they get kidnapped, try and find them.
Yeah.
And so the guy comes in and they go, I'm the guy. And then 2 actual criminals come in and take Jason Bateman's brother. Like, oh, look at this fucking guy. Yeah.
So it's like murder mystery gone real.
Yes, exactly. And while they go in there, as Rachel McAdams and Jason Bateman have like relationship growth and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people, what they have said positive about it, that it tried a lot of, I guess, they took risks with the sort of like comedy genre as we know it today, like what makes money and what does well. And I agree, they do take some risks. It's not Office Christmas Party.
That's good. That's a glowing review.
Yeah. But also, I don't think it's like, I'm not losing my mind with like laughter. Like they are trying, and like there is like the cinematography is good, and I think Jason Bateman is just playing a Jason Bateman character, and Rachel McAdams is like, she looks like she's having fun, which is, that's good. I don't know, I can just tell like she looks like she's having fun with this role. But yeah, other than that, I think like it gets a little too out there in the end, because there's like actually this is what actually was happening, and then yeah, I think it's interesting. I don't think it's as good as everyone else said. Maybe because we are so tired of like what the fucking comedy genre is right now. But hey, they tried some stuff, and I think it's a very well put together movie.
Yeah, from what it's, because like where comedies start to lose me is when it's just like overly raunchy for no reason.
Yeah, it's not that.
And it seemed like it wasn't that kind of movie.
No, it's mostly clean actually. It's mostly
cool.
like dad humor, honestly.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm interested.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly like, look at this cute couple being like doing like
no,
goofy
look
things.
at my dick and my balls.
No, it's none of that. I mean, there is a bad joke where one of their friends, like friend couples, is like, I had sex with a celebrity, even though they were supposed to be together for like since high school. And so he's like, who did you have sex with? And so that's a running joke, and that's not great. I think they resolve it fine, but it's whatever. But yeah, it's interesting. I think if you are looking for a comedy, this is probably a good bet. Maybe you like it more than I did. But it is a very well put together movie and thought out.
I still might check it out.
Yeah. Anyways,
it seems like something I'll catch eventually.
Anyways, with that, that's all we gotta talk about. Man, it's crazy. Like we were just like kind of sort of positive talking about a movie, and I feel like invigorated just because we're so fucking negative all the time, and I don't want to be negative.
What do you mean?
Oh, God.
Let's talk about Upgrade.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's a Blumhouse movie. Blumhouse Tilt.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And,
Blumhouse Tilt.
A guy gets an upgrade to be a robot thing, and that's all I remember.
I think I saw a poster for this. Who's in it? I feel like I recognized the name.
It's RoboCop.
Hold on. It's RoboCop.
Upgrade. 2018 film. There you go. That's what it is. Let's see here. Oh, yes. I've seen the poster, and I was like, that's a cool looking ass poster. Logan Marshall Green.
Oh, I must have thought that it was Tom Hardy.
No, I exactly thought it was Tom Hardy as well. No. Upgrade is an Australian-American science fiction bloody horror film written and directed by Leigh Whannell.
Oh, that's Insidious guy.
That's Insidious guy. Right. The film follows a man who gets a chip that controls his body implemented into his brain after he is left paralyzed following a mugging. Jason Blum serves as a producer through his... Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I got an email from Alamo about it. I will watch a trailer, so we don't know much about that, but that is a cool poster. Yeah. That's what I'll say.
And the guy looks like Tom Hardy. So
yeah, I thought it was Tom Hardy too.
Adrift.
She's back.
She's back. She has a boyfriend, and they're on a boat. It went bad.
I think I saw a trailer for this.
We did.
Oh, all right.
It was Avengers, right? They showed it there before Avengers.
She
don't really like Shailene Woodley.
I mean,
putting it out there.
I'm gonna say there aren't a lot of.
It's got Sam Claflin in it. That's what it was. He was in Hunger Games.
Oh.
He was also in Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
So we're just all like just here like
so
trying
he's used to
like,
being on a boat.
So some producer is like, those movies that those kids were really into. Can we get them in a boat and then like fucking
stranded?
Well, he was also in that movie Me Before You, which I didn't see, but heard the entire plot of, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan of the way that movie decided to resolve.
So unless it's got Robert Redford or whatever the fuck no, that's not. Who's in the original Great Gatsby?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
He
was also in Captain America: Winter Soldier. But anyways, he had a movie where he goes in a boat and stranded.
Oh, are you talking about wait, what? In Winter Soldier? Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought I knew who you were talking about.
No.
But I don't.
Anyways, never mind my bit. But I'm not big on boat movies. Anyways, unless it's The Shallows.
Action Point. Are you excited for this, George? I'm not.
I would prefer an actual documentary on the actual park.
Yeah.
This is a movie based on Action Park, which was an upstate New York or New Jersey park that was just fucking the most dangerous park ever. And it somehow was still operational. And I've heard stories about this from people who lived in the area and grew up there. But I prefer an actual documentary about the actual park, not Johnny Knoxville just being like, just fucking grab the turtle and throw it in my balls. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah. Now we're back on my sense of humor.
So yeah, that is what this is. It is Johnny Knoxville has a shitty park, which is based on Action Park, which is a real shitty park.
Mm-hmm. It was closed in 1996 and later reopened under new ownership as Mountain Creek.
Yep. And so, I'm more fascinated by the actual story.
Yeah, that does sound. I've never heard of that.
Yes, it is really interesting. I've heard some fucking things from that thing. But yeah.
6 people died.
Yes, exactly. People died in that.
6 too little. You know what I'm saying?
But no, Ryan, to answer your question, I have no interest in watching this motion picture.
Okay, good.
Yeah, probably not. I don't know.
Listen, I think we got some stuff. Maybe we can watch Upgrade. Anyways, Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8.
Listen,
all right. I've actually never seen the Ocean's 8.
The thirst for Cate Blanchett has never been higher.
It's true.
And I'm here for it. So yeah. It's Ocean's 11 spinoff with a strong female cast. We got Rihanna. We got Mindy. How do you say her name?
Mindy Kaling.
I just realized I've never said her name.
You've never said it out loud.
Yeah, I never said it out loud.
How dare you?
God. It's got Anne Hathaway in it.
You call yourself a feminist.
It's got Anne Hathaway in it.
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
By the way, am I the only one who gets Sandra Bullock and Anne Hathaway confused all the
time?
No,
you are not.
Wow.
I get them confused all the time.
This is going to be a bit of a Carrie rant, but I watch a lot of Jenna Marbles, and her boyfriend gets Anne Hathaway, Sandra Bullock, and what's her name? Pretty Woman.
Julia Roberts.
Yeah, he thinks they're all the same person.
Julia Roberts and Anne Hathaway, as ridiculous as that may sound, I understand.
Yeah, so she'll go through Google Images and be like, "Who's that, Julia?" And he'll be like, "That's Sandra Bullock." No, that's Julia Roberts. No, it is not. It's really funny. But yeah, so there are people out there like that, Ryan. You're not alone.
Good. But yeah, I originally wasn't I don't care about this, but it's been such a dry month that I think kind of looks fun.
It might be fun.
I think it'll definitely be fun.
So that's something.
It's got James Corden in it, though.
I know,
that's not fun at all.
Not a fan of that.
He has a show 4 nights a week. How does he do this? How is he so prevalent in American society?
He tries so hard to do everything.
He's got a good work rate.
All right, Hereditary.
Woo!
We mentioned it a lot on the show at this point, I feel.
Yeah.
So here we go. Hopefully,
so
yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Been seeing some good takes of people having to go to church the next day after watching this movie.
Incredibles 2, late for me to care about a sequel.
That's
me. That's the Ryan Spice.
That's
from
my
the notes.
Spice. I don't care anymore.
John Lasseter.
Incredibles isn't even the best Pixar movie. I don't care anymore.
No, I don't care. Honestly, I feel like we're also
I would be interested if it was that many years later, but it takes place right after.
Yeah, it's right after. And remember The Underminer?
No.
There was a fucking video game on the Underminer. Yes, I fucking
I've already experienced the tale.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is another one of those movies who I feel like everyone in our age group loses their mind for, and I just don't. I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I'll probably see it, but like you guys remember Monster University, right?
I never watched it.
It was passable.
Like it's in a movie. It's the type of movie that if I was in a large group of people and I wanted to keep friendly conversation and keep the energy of the party in the group, I'd be like, oh yeah.
But at the result, back to I only watch movies, so I need to relate these people on something.
Yeah.
Incredibles 2, guys, right? Yeah.
But I'm not down. I'm like, yeah. But also their output on sequels have been they've all been fine.
Finding Dory is.
I haven't seen Coco yet.
Coco was good.
I heard very good things. Other than from my Donjo's family. Well, that's it. Anyways, I was gonna say something actually about Incredibles. Who is the voice actor for?
Do not know.
Okay,
Johnny. No.
I feel like
Johnny. There it is.
Didn't John Lasseter do some really bad shit, or am I imagining this?
Who knows anymore, man?
I think he was in the. I think he got swept up in the Me Too discourse, and not the end you want to be.
Not the good kind.
No, I mean, no, there's no winners there, honestly.
What do you mean?
Yeah, but I thought I remembered that.
I don't know.
Anyways,
the winner was me, and how I get to finally admit that I don't like Louis C.K. very much, and people get to stop being like, "Oh, how dare you, Ryan? He's so funny." Right, don't like T.J. Miller. Well, I have a good reason now, buddy.
Finally, right?
That's very fair.
I get to live my life.
That is fair. That is good. But Ryan, you're always sad and fucking ba-ba-da. Why don't you like Lewis?
Well, I don't masturbate in front of women and then complain about it.
He's like, fun, man. Damn, gee. Anyways, what the
Tag?
What's Tag?
Ryan showed me the trailer for this movie. This movie looks fucking wild.
It's a bunch of really funny people, and they're all just playing tag. We got Ed Helms, John Hamm. I can't remember.
Jeremy Renner's in it.
Jeremy
right?
Renner. He's the guy who's really good at tag. I can't remember. He's so funny. He's in the Eric Andre show. The guy.
Hannibal
Buress. Yeah.
He is so funny. I can never remember his name. He's in. He's so good in Broad City. Oh my god. He's in it too.
It's basically this group of friends who have this 30-year-long game of tag that they've been playing constantly, and whenever they I don't remember the rule, but it's whenever they see each other, someone gets tagged. And
it's 1 month during the year they play it, and it's no rules. And apparently it's based off an act. I actually saw when I saw Deadpool 2, there was a mini documentary thing about these actual people who played tag for 30 years, and that got a news story and it blew up for some reason because there was no other news story that week. And now it's a movie.
I think this movie might. I don't know.
It might.
It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like the type of movie I would normally go watch.
Stupid, but it might be funny.
All right, Jurassic World.
Say the full title as I've written out in the show notes.
Fallen Kingdom.
KingDumb.
KingDumb.
Originally, I was gonna put Fallen Franchise, but I went with the lazy pun instead. I don't care.
Man, this is
Jurassic World. I remember when that was the night we all started having to buy our tickets in advance. Because
this was a bet.
We went to the theater expecting it to be just like a normal
night. And turns out the biggest movie in years.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, actually.
And what a steaming pile that was.
Oh my god.
It wasn't bad. It was just uninteresting in every conceivable way.
It was just the most God.
Yeah.
It feels like a movie coming out of the 90s. Is what it felt like to me.
And maybe that's what people were excited about. I don't know.
Dinosaurs.
Listen, if little kids like dinosaurs, that's fine.
I love how dinosaurs were supposed to look like. I was never big on dinosaurs as a kid, but I've seen what they're supposed to look like with the feathers and shit.
Yeah.
And holy shit, young Ryan would have lost his fucking mind. He would have loved what fucking T-Rex would look like with his little scrawny legs and fur up all on him. That thing's amazing. But no, you're not gonna see that. They're gonna retcon it. They're gonna be like, well, people don't want those dinosaurs, so we mix them with all this crazy random shit so they look like how people think they're supposed to look like. I don't want that. I want an actual fucking
Bring
giant
the real dinosaurs.
I want a giant
Hollywood.
chicken looking like an idiot.
I demand diversity in my dinosaur.
Yes. Oh my god.
Jeff Goldblum's back.
Yes.
Chris
Pratt
is back.
Yay.
And
Bryce
Dallas Howard, everyone's favorite.
Jessica Chastain. No, she just kind of looks like Jessica.
Yeah, she does.
That's another people get confused.
Yeah. I kind of like
redheads.
like
Bryce Chastain, this lady, and Isla Fisher.
Bryce Dallas Howard plays a fantastic bitch, which she's not that in this character, and I don't like it.
What else has she been in?
Spider-Man 3, maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Help as the racist white lady that has a change of heart at the end of it. Maybe you've heard of that.
After she ate actual shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the best part
Black
of that
Mirror.
movie.
Maybe you've heard of
She
Black
was
Mirror.
in one episode of Black Mirror.
The newer ones, yeah.
The newer.
I haven't seen most of this.
She's probably something
You
else.
haven't watched Black Mirror?
You haven't watched Spider-Man 3?
I don't know what you're more upset about.
I not in years. If I did, I don't remember.
But yeah, I like Bryce Dallas Howard, but she just plays this fucking
I'm
character.
not big on her. I'll be honest.
Honest, but it's not like her fault. Honest, in this
Yeah,
movie,
that's
like
fair.
she's not given much there. Yeah, I'm excited for the Jurassic Park video game. Anyways, Under the Silver Lake. What's his
Director of It Follows.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Exactly.
Very different film.
Very different film. Andrew Garfield is back.
He's back.
It's basically
Paper Town.
Paper
It's
Towns.
weird. It's Paper Towns with a conspiracy theorist.
Except the main guy isn't a total asshole. Obsessive asshole.
Not a fan of Nat Wolf, huh?
Nope. Have you seen Death Note?
I saw the first 5 minutes and immediately turned it off.
Another set of people that I always get confused would be Nat Wolf, Miles Teller, and
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, that. No, there's one more that I can't remember. But
Probably because he looks exactly
yeah.
like him.
But anyway, sorry. Running theme.
The other Wolf brother is in Hereditary.
Oh,
The other
is he
one.
the one who smashes his face on the desk?
God, I hope so.
So yeah, this.
I hope he hit his face so hard his brother felt it.
Yeah, this looks all right.
It looks fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be at least
I'm
fun.
excited. Yeah.
Sicario.
Oh man, what the fuck did they do to Sicario? Holy
I still
shit!
never saw the first one.
Me neither.
Sicario, Day of the Soldado, which means soldier. It's Day of the Soldado.
See, I'm glad you're here.
Otherwise, I'd be so confused.
Lost. I failed 6th grade Spanish and 7th grade
Sicario
Spanish
one
and
was
8th grade Spanish and 10th.
I
was really bad in Spanish. I'll tell you what.
Sicario one was a very slow, tense, dirty movie about crime
Wasn't it?
and the relationship and like ICE and the FBI, and it was fucking good as hell.
Wasn't it Denis
Cube?
Villeneuve?
Yes.
Cube.
Now, and this is a Sony joint, so it 100% makes sense that they took what he made and completely lost the
Yeah.
message. Just whoop, just whoop, just. I'm trying to think of a good. Like, if they made No Country for Old Man 2 and gave it to Michael Bay. This is exactly what it looks like. This is exactly what it feels like.
I don't like you putting that idea into the world.
Exactly. I came up with that on the fly, and that is the most... yes. Like, because it's like that. It's a very slow,
I was just
methodical...
like, side note, now that the Transformers franchise is for sure dead now, I'm very sad that Michael Bay is able to do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah.
No.
That breeds fear into
Strangers,
my heart.
I never saw that. Stranger. I should watch that now, actually. Because Platinum Dunes bankrolled that movie. That new Strangers movie. That was a Michael Bay produced joint. Yeah, man, what a fucking bummer. Holy shit. I liked Sicario a whole lot. That, man, it's sad, but so is business, I guess. I'm not watching this. Fuck.
Yeah, probably not.
It's a good movie. The first one.
Uncle Drew!
Still got no clue.
This is another Marcus is going to advertise this movie in front of everything.
Oh.
Yeah. It's basically like this guy's putting together a basketball team, just like a little thing, and he hired, and his Uncle Drew is part of it, and Uncle Drew is like apparently this famous athlete who's like our age, and they just put old man makeup on it. Shaq is in this movie. They put old man makeup on Shaq. And it's basically all these old people who are really good at basketball.
So are they putting on the old people makeup as a part of the movie, or are they supposed to be old people?
They're supposed to be old people, but it looks like old man makeup.
Oh.
It's my Uncle Drew. He's really old. And it's like, yeah,
but he still plays ball.
I'm definitely old.
Pass me the rock.
Yeah.
Huh? Pass me the rock. What?
I don't think they're that old, but like I like your enthusiasm here.
And then that's it.
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew. That's how they do the trailer. Uncle Drew.
So it looks like June will actually be a meaty month.
Yeah,
like
we'll
it'll be back to what we usually like the number of movies we usually have for a month.
Back to your regularly scheduled enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
maybe.
It's still the same cynicism.
I mean, we still have to watch Jurassic World.
Do I have to?
I mean, we don't, but we have a podcast, and
God
there's a
damn it! This fucking podcast is ruining my life.
Oh man! Honestly, you probably would have watched Solo.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah,
if we didn't have a podcast, I would not have seen any of these Star Wars movies.
I feel like Zach would drag me to Solo eventually.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
That's May.
That is May.
It's May.
Good. I'm really
glad.
That's
a great note to go on.
I got one last one.
I was like, how can we make this more like we're just so defeated? Ryan makes a fucking at the end of May makes it's gonna be May joke.
I'm both the last one and the first one to say that joke.
It's gonna be June.
It's gonna be June.
Regardless, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Movies Are Real. You can find us on iTunes, which you probably found us, and if you would give us a review, that would help us a lot. Ryan, where can people find you?
On geopages.com.
Lord.
What was that website called?
GeoCities.
GeoCities. Or Twitter, alternatively. I'm on there less than GeoCities.
We got a Pokemon trailer to watch right after this.
I may have been watching it while you guys were talking about
it. Looks good.
No, there's two things. There's
Brian, we got whatever. At Brian Pans.
At Frying Pans. That is a pun. Carrie, where can people find you?
You can find me, if you so desire, at KAR_E Lyles, LYLES.
And you can find me at JCruzAlvarez26 and the podcast at Movies Are Real. Until next time, we'll see you then.